What's up, guys? Welcome to the vlog. It's Thursday at 5:35 a.m. We are at the gym. Today is squats. We're working up to 95% for 2 reps. I believe it's 2 sets too. So that'd be 335 pounds for me.
Oh my gosh.
And what's cool is that's what I opened my last competition with. So if I can do that for 2 reps, that'd be awesome. And then depending on how well that goes, I think I'm gonna open up my next competition with 340, and then work my way up for the next 2 attempts. But I mean, dude, competition is less than, well, almost right at 2 weeks away. It's crazy. But we're gonna continue to get stronger.
That little Bill, he's a little Hercules. Show me muscle again. Oh, Hercules, Hercules.
Some heavy singles just to get my body ready, and make sure I can do the weight I want to do, and make the competition worthwhile. And speaking of competition, I kind of want to talk about what you could expect if you ever want to or think about signing up for one. So there's a morning session and there's an afternoon session, at least for USAPL, which I'm a part of. And last competition I was in the afternoon session, which it's kind of later in the day, but depending if you're a morning person or not determines whether you're gonna like it or not. But I would love to do it in the morning just to get it done, and have the rest of the day to be in Charlotte and do whatever with my wife. But that's just the situation and the circumstance that we're in. You might not want to do it in the morning, you might want to do it in the afternoon. They do the awards in the afternoon, like after the afternoon session, after everyone's done. So you get there, you can get there the day early, on the Friday to check in and get equipment checked and stuff. But you can't weigh in, you gotta weigh in the day of. Or you can go on Saturday morning and do all the check-in stuff. So you do that, get your rack heights, and then you literally just wait and watch people lift until it's your turn. They'll have a big screen with all the flights. There's 2 flights, at least the one that I'm in. There's 2 flights, flight A and flight B, which is morning and afternoon. And then they have all the weight classes divided up throughout the day. But you'll know when you're going. You just keep warming up. First competition was kind of like unorganized in my opinion. The warm-up area was tiny, it's crowded, and there wasn't like a big screen in multiple areas to know when you're coming up. So when you're warming up, you know, like, oh shoot, it's my turn. So that was a little chaotic, but overall, I mean, it's just like a normal day if you're working out. After all the check-in stuff, you're warming up and you're just going out there to lift in front of a lot of people, so you got adrenaline, so you might think you can lift more, which is great. But on the squat, which is what I want to talk about right here, right now, is you have to, when you pick the bar up on your back, you have to lock out your legs, which I don't really agree with, but that's just part of competition. And if you want to get the lift, you gotta straighten your legs out. So then they tell you to squat. You squat, you got to get right at 90-degree angle with your legs, and then you squat up, and then you pause, and then they say rack. So you got to get 2 white lights out of 3 to get a good lift. And I learned this the hard way. If you don't get the first lift, none of the other lifts count, so it doesn't go towards like an award or anything. That was just a learning experience. And one thing I want to talk about, like when you are writing down your attempts, like attempt 1, attempt 3, attempt 2. On the first attempt, underdo yourself. So be pretty conservative with it. I'm pretty sure the guy just parked, and that's not a parking spot. It is what it is. Anyways, but be pretty conservative with it. I mean, do like 95%, and then second attempt and third attempt, do more. But we'll continue to talk about this throughout the day. I'm gonna take some pre-workout, and do some heavy squats. I'm excited. Very pumped to do these squats. I feel like I'm in a groove right now. Getting on a good routine, eating right, feel good, and squats feeling really good. So, as usual, guys, I'm always locked and loaded. I'm always locked and loaded. Got my peaches.
Wrong-o.
Not peaches. Yesterday we were singing that song and it just got stuck in my head. These are plums. I got my plums out in Georgia, not peaches. Let's go squat. Die.
Later that day.
Alright, so recapping squats. I mean, looking at the videos, that 335 was pretty easy for 2 reps. So I definitely think we're gonna do 340 for an opener in competition. I went, you know, form was good. Hit that 90 degrees. So I'm satisfied with squats. I mentioned earlier what to expect if you're gonna sign up for a competition and what to expect on the squats, and kind of the first part of the day, but moving on to bench after everyone's done with squatting.
Wait, what? That's insane! That's a bug! That's a bug! That is a bug!
Oh Jesus, what was that? I thought a bug was on me. Moving on to bench. You have to wait until everybody's done squatting. Every flight, every weight class. But then you move on to bench, start warming up for that, just like squats. Gotta wait your turn, get warm, eat food in between, get some carbs in you, some sugar, just so your body is recuperating after those heavy squats. What happened to me was I didn't eat that much after squats, did great on squats, but didn't eat anything after, and my bench suffered and I cramped up really bad. But you live and you learn. My body will be used to it now, that type of situation. So hopefully this time it goes way better. But on bench is probably the hardest one as far as like commands go. You have to unrack the bar, hold it, then you go down, then you pause, wait for the command to go up, and the top you gotta pause for a little bit, and then you rack it. That's one. That's your lift. So that's really hard, really different. But I think we got it down pat. We'll see. So tomorrow will be bench, and I think it's gonna be 215 for 2 reps. So that'll be fun. But I'm just taking my morning stroll after about 2 hours of working. I think it's healthy and good for the body if you sit at a desk job to like every max 2 hours of work sitting down, you get up and you walk around for like 5 minutes to get the blood flowing, get your mind, you know, just in peace for a second, and then get back to the work. But we're just gonna keep this day rolling. We're gonna keep the vlog going. Just talk about competition and what my plan is leading up to the competition and what to expect if you want to sign up. But I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far.
The next day.
Alright guys, so bench, that went really well. We did 220 instead of 215, and I felt like it moved pretty smoothly. So I think opening up for competition, we will do 210, just to be safe and get the first lift. And we are 2 weeks out, so this next week I'm gonna up the calories about 300, and then the week of the competition I'll up it another 200 to make it 500 calories. Since this probably will be my last powerlifting competition for a while, I want to make the most of it. So I'm going to up the calories the 2 weeks before, because I noticed I lost some strength at my last competition, and when I weighed in I was 6 pounds underweight. So I want to make the most of my weight class and, you know, be right on the numbers so I can use that weight to my advantage as far as lifting heavier. And then, so talking about competition, after you're done with bench, you have to wait obviously for people to get done with theirs, and then you move on to deadlift. So squats and bench are out of the way, so now you have time to rest, eat, before you deadlift. And to me, as it went on squats, as soon as that was out of the way, I felt pretty good for the rest of the day. As far as like, oh no! Ah! I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna die. I'm driving. This is dangerous. Don't try this at home, kids. Hang on.
A few moments later.
Okay, we're all good. We're safe. We are parked. So as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by gravity. As soon as squats was over, I felt pretty good the rest of the day, other than not eating enough and cramping up on bench. Deadlift, the commands are pretty easy. Just pick the weight up and then wait till they tell you to put it down. But another cool thing about competitions like this is you meet a lot of cool people that have the same drive and passion as you.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup.
So you make a lot of friends. I think I made like 3 to 5 friends that day. So that's cool. But yeah, I mean, 2 weeks out, guys, upping the calories. Today we are eating, I'll tell you what we're eating. We're eating 2 3-ounce pieces of grilled chicken, 2 chicken tenders, an order of tater tots, and 1 boiled egg. So about 9 ounces of chicken and some tater tots and 1 egg. So we're definitely taking this serious. We're gonna wash it down with a Tropical Vibe Celsius. I'm excited to try this. Like I said a couple videos back, I love energy drinks, so I'm a fanatic on them. But we're gonna get this day going. It's Friday. I'm pumped. Let's finish the week off strong.
The next day. Later that day.
Alright guys, it is now Saturday, 12:41 p.m. We are doing some work right now, and I'm going to wrap the video up here. This is a little high. There we go. As you saw, we just did deadlifts, finishing out the week. We did a heavy single, 385 pounds. That is the heaviest I've went since competition in June or July. Felt really good. I'm feeling comfortable about hitting a PR competition in 2 weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video. Kind of just talking about what to expect when you go into a competition, my experience in it, and kind of what we got going on leading up to the competition. I definitely recommend, if you guys like lifting heavy, definitely setting a competition up, at least one. Definitely think it's a cool experience, and you can meet cool people and challenge yourself. I think I mentioned this before, but in the gym, it's ideal to be goal oriented, whether it's bodybuilding, powerlifting, or just getting fit. But more content is coming. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hope you guys are having a great time with your life. Living it to the fullest. But I want to think back and see if I missed anything when I was talking about what to expect in a competition. I'll just recap it just so we're all understanding of it, and I make sure I do my due diligence.
Thank you!
So you get there, you're either in the morning or afternoon lift session. There's 2 different flights, maybe more, depending on the size of the meet. And all the weight classes are separated, female and male. One of those will be in the morning, one of those will be in the afternoon. It just depends. And squat is first, bench is second, deadlift is last. They have warm-up areas for you to warm up for your lifts, and they'll have screens everywhere to make sure you know when your lift is up. And you have a minute to do each lift when you're on the platform. So as soon as you get up there, the minute starts. And squat commands are rack, step back, and you gotta wait for them to do the command to squat. You squat, and then when you think that you've hit depth, you go up, and then they say rack once you're at the top. And then you move on to bench, and that one is a lot different. You have to rack it. Like, take it off the rack, hold it, and then they say start, and you start, and then you pull it down, and then you pause there and wait till they say press command, and you press it, and then at top they say rack it, and that's it. And there's always 3 white lights. 3 white lights is good, and 2 white lights is good as well. And then if you get a red light, 3 red lights, the lift doesn't count, and you can't, once you pick your weight, you can't go down if you don't get it. So you're stuck at that weight. And that's what I messed up on bench. I overshot, didn't get the lift, so I couldn't go down, but I had to stay right there. And then you move on to deadlift. Deadlift is the most simplest one. You just pick it up and then drop it, like put it down on their command, and that's it. It's a long day, so you have to bring, electrolytes, carb sources, food in general, water, drink lots of water. I recommend getting a massage gun, but that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video.